Peace on earth. The archer is wake, the swan is flying, gold against blue an arrow is lying. There is hunting in heaven, sleep safe till tomorrow. The bears are abroad, the eagle is screaming, gold against blue their eyes are gleaming. Sleep, sleep safe till tomorrow. The sisters lie with their arms intertwining, gold against blue their hair is shining. The serpent rise, Orion is listening, gold against blue his sword is glistening. Sleep, there is hunting in heaven, sleep safe till tomorrow. Light-hearted William. Light-hearted William twirled his November mustaches and, half-dressed, looked from the bedroom window upon the spring weather. Hi-ya, sighed he gaily, leaning out to see up and down the street where a heavy sunlight lay beyond some blue shadows. Into the room he drew his head again and laughed to himself quietly, twirling his green mustaches. Spring and all. By the road to the contagious hospital, under the surge of the blue, mottled clouds driven from the northeast, a cold wind. Beyond, the waste of broad, muddy fields, brown with dried weeds, standing and fallen. Patches of tall trees. All along the road, the reddish, purplish, forked, upstanding, twiggy stuff of bushes and small trees, with dead, brown leaves under them, leafless vines. Lifeless in appearance, sluggish, dazed spring approaches. They enter the new world naked, cold, uncertain of all, save that they enter. All about them the cold, familiar wind. Now the grass, tomorrow the stiff curl of wild carrot leaf. One by one, objects are defined. It quickens, clarity, outline of leaf. But now the stark dignity of entrance. Still, the profound change has come upon them. Rooted, they grip down and begin to awaken. It is a living carol. It is a living carol, a trouble, archaically fettered to produce a pluribus unum, an island in the sea, a capitol surmounted by armed liberty, painting, sculpture straddled by a dome 8 million pounds in weight, iron plates constructed to expand and contract with variations of temperature, the folding and unfolding of a lily, and Congress authorized. And the commission was entrusted, a sculptured group, Mars in Roman mail, placing a wreath of laurel on the brow of Washington, Commerce, Minerva, Thomas Jefferson, John Hancock at the table, Mrs. Mott presenting Indian burning arrows to Generals Marion and Lee to fire her mansion and dislodge the British. This scaleless jumble is superb and accurate in its expression of the thing they would destroy. Baptism of Pocahontas with a little card hanging under it to tell the persons in the picture. It climbs. It is George Shoup of Idaho. It wears a beard. It fetches naked Indian women from a river. Trumbull, Varnum, Henderson, Francis Willard's corset is absurd. Banks, white Columbus stretched in bed. Men felling trees. The Honorable Michael C. Kerr, one-time Speaker of the House of Representatives. Perry in a rowboat on Lake Erie, changing ships. The dead among the wreckage, sickly green. Queen Anne's lace. Her body is not so white as anemone petals, nor so smooth, nor so remote a thing. It is a field of the wild carrot taking the field by force. The grass does not raise above it. Here is no question of whiteness, white as can be, with a purple mole as the center of each flower. Each flower is a handspan of her whiteness. Wherever her hand has lain, there is a tiny purple blemish. Each part is a blossom under his touch, to which the fibers of her being stem one by one, each to its end, until the whole field is a white desire, empty, a single stem, a cluster, flower by flower, a pious wish to whiteness gone over, or nothing. The yachts. The yachts contend in a sea which the land partly encloses, shielding them from the too heavy blows of an ungoverned ocean, which, when it chooses, tortures the biggest hulls, the best man knows to pit against its beatings, and sinks them pitilessly. Moth-like in mists, Scintillant in the minute brilliance of cloudless days, with broad bellying sails, they glide to the wind, tossing green water from their sharp prows, while over them the crew crawls ant-like, solicitously grooming them, releasing, making fast, as they turn, lean far over, and having caught the wind again, side by side, head for the mark. In a well-guarded arena of open water, surrounded by lesser and greater craft, which, sycophant, lumbering and flittering, follow them, they appear youthful, rare as the light of a happy eye, live with the grace of all that in the mind is feckless, free, and naturally to be desired. Lapping their glossy sides as if feeling for some slightest flaw, but fails completely. Today, no race. Then the wind comes again. The yachts move, jockeying for a start. The signal is set, and they are off. Now the waves strike at them, but they are too well made. They slip through, though they take in canvas. Arms with hands grasping seek to clutch at the prows. Bodies thrown recklessly in the way are cut aside. It is a sea of faces about them in agony, in despair, until the horror of the race dawns, staggering the mind. The whole sea become an entanglement of watery bodies, lost to the world, bearing what they cannot hold, broken, beaten, desolate, reaching from the dead to be taken up. They cry out, failing, failing, their cries rising in waves still, as the skillful yachts pass over.